You, me, but definitely you, but also me. We suck at Final Fantasy XIV. We suck so hard we should get paid for it. And that's okay. We're entitled to make mistakes. We're only human after all. Wrong. Be better tomorrow than you were today. Welcome to the video. I'm Dying Legacy, and here are 10 tips to help you suck less than I do. Number 1. Always say hi. Here's the scene. You've entered content and everyone gives a hearty hello before what can only be described as chaos because the group has unknowingly entered content with you. This won't break or ruin your experience, but Final Fantasy XIV is an MMO and you are playing with real people. So at the end of the day, it's just basic manners. But it could also be the start of a budding friendship or even blossom into a free company. Sure, maybe you're on controller or a weird letterless keyboard, but if possible, try to say hello. It's basic human interaction. Even for those like myself that have social anxiety, hello has no consequences. And you'd be surprised how far a hello can go to improve someone else's day. It may even keep the party together after you inevitably wipe it. Number 2. Take advice. And when I say advice, I don't mean when people ask you to leave the server because you're sucking the joy from their souls. I mean healthy game advice, such as using arm's length, or the inner workings of Umbral Soul, or even the advice of using Swiftcast before using a Giro. Helpful comments to improve your gameplay. Sure, if it's coming from a mentor, there's an 80% chance of it being redundant, wrong, or just plain rude. You can be forgiven for reacting harshly. But a lot of the time, people are just trying to get through content, and helping you to improve is usually the fastest way to do that. Sure, they don't pay your sub, but you also don't pay theirs, so no one's obligated to play with you. Number 3. Equip your jobstone. You know that quest you did at level 30, where you were basically indoctrinated into a cult of like-minded heroes? That made you go from being a gladiator to a paladin, conjurer to a white mage. You do? Good! Equip your damn jobstone then, or soul crystal as they're known. All base classes stop gaining abilities at level 30. That includes all classes you can choose in the character creator screen and the rogue job you can pick up later. Why is it important? Well, stats and abilities. If you aren't using your job crystal, you are vastly underpowered compared to everybody else. It's as simple as that. Now equip the damn thing. Number 4. Drag and drop. Did you know you can drag and drop abilities to your hotbar? Well, did you also know you can drag and drop menu icons, as well as markers, G-pose, emotes and other things to your hotbar as well? Well, you can. A vast majority of Final Fantasy XIV's actions and menus can be directly placed on your hotbar. Even the idling camera and alarms can be dragged to the hotbar. And this includes your limit break. Yes, you can equip your limit break to the hotbar, so go do that. So many people when picking up new jobs like Viper or Pictomancer tend to forget that they don't automatically have their limit break on their hotbar. Including me. I forgot. And it was embarrassing. Number 5. Let the Sprout watch their cutscenes. Yes, you've heard it time and time again. Don't spoil the MSQ. Let the Sprout experience the story. But this also goes for cutscenes that happen in dungeons and alliance raids. There are a lot of cutscenes that happen mid-content. Some relevant, some not so relevant. But if you decide to just pull a boss while that Sprout is watching their cutscene, chances are they won't get to see the boss encounter either and not learn the fight. Regardless of if you care or not about story, don't take away the experience from someone else. Don't be a dick. Number 6. Personal space. This sounds weird, I grant you, but it's a thing. We all know glamour is the true endgame, but what comes after getting that perfect outfit together? It's screenshots and photo ops, and the obvious AFK fashion walk in Limsa Lominsa. And you know what ruins that? Standing on top of people, walking up and admiring their glam at a distance that would be called romantic. I'm a big offender of this, walking up to players, checking them out, exploring all the plot as it were, as the player shifts position because I'm blocking their view. Be respectful of the catwalk. I know I've learned to be. Number 7. Tank running in circles. Stand fucking still. Not only can the DPS not fully DPS, especially if they're melee DPS, you as a tank can't fully mitigate damage. If your back is to the boss and you're legging it like it's the fucking Olympics, calm down. Sit still and use your mitigation skills. Your party will thank you. I don't think this needs more explanation than that. Number 8. Check vendors before buying from the market board. This is actually important info to live by. If you check an item in your inventory, you'll notice in its tooltip that it tells you the shop selling price as well as the sell price. The sell price is what gil you'll get for selling to a vendor. The shop selling price is the opposite. It's how much a vendor sells it for, which means you can go pick it up from a vendor for that price. Now, if it has restricted in brackets next to it, that means you probably have to do a series of quests before that's available to buy from said vendor. Now back to the important part. People will buy vendor items and sell them on the market board for a much higher price. So if you want to save some gil, read the tooltip and save yourself a whole pile of gil and go and fetch it from a vendor. Number 9. Don't waste MSQ experience. Self-explanatory really. If you're doing the MSQ with a job you really enjoy, you eventually will outlevel the MSQ. The MSQ offers huge amounts of experience points, so it's best practice to keep a second or even third job on hand that's leveled to do the MSQ as well. That way you're not wasting XP on a job that's not benefiting from it. And you can level a job or two extra as well by the time you finish. It'll give yourself some options when you finally hit the end game. Number 10. Google it. If you don't know it or what's what and need information or just have required learning to do, Google it. Just bear in mind, the moment you start watching content and learning about content and information outside of the game itself is when you shed your casual skin and start becoming more of a hardcore player. Don't shy from it. Embrace it. Embrace the responsibility of passing that threshold. And if the information you're trying to learn is just confusing and hard to digest, then just subscribe to my channel. I make guides and things for people as stupid as me, and for those who don't have time to watch 6-hour videos on how to open their inventory screen. Be sure to like the video and give an up-and-coming sprout a better chance of finding this video themselves. You'd be their hero. Also, if you'd be a darling and comment below your helpful tips for things that frustrate you, you'd be helping out those sprouts even further. Plus, I'd get a good laugh from agreeing with you. Also, did you know that I stream? Well, I do. Twitch link's in the description. Click it so you can hear me swear profusely about meaningless things in Final Fantasy XIV and other MMOs. I've been Dying Legacy. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.